All right, so do you want to look at predictions as fueled by Athlon Sports, or do you want to look at the schedules first?
Well, they go hand in hand.
Okay,
So
well, let's
I
look
figured
at
that
Texas because
Okay.
here's
Texas.
the deal. For as long as I've been alive, they put Texas as number one because, of course, they do. Officially, Quinn Ewers is the starting quarterback. It's officially, unofficially, but it's officially Quinn Ewers is the starting quarterback. Arch Manning probably is number two. However, he looked like absolute dog poop. I did watch I actually did prep for the podcast for once.
Oh.
I watched the orange and white game, spring game, and whoever, this is going to sound really racist. Sorry, welcome to the podcast. Whoever the black kid is looked way better than Arch Manning. The black kid with dreads. Like, I can't be any... I'm going to look up the guy's name. Looked way better than Arch Manning. For what we're using to kind of spark our discussion here, they literally say meeting preseason expectations has been an issue in Austin. And I disagree with them because ever since 2008, and then everybody gave up on them since like 2007 was Vince Young, right? Sorry, not 2008.
2005. No, 2008 is actually pretty good because they did make the Natty in 07-08.
Okay. So, yeah, ever since then, people kind of gave up on them 4 years after. So the expectations in Austin have been, in my opinion, next to nothing.
Well, yeah, but you're wrong.
Unless you're a Texas fan.
But here, you're missing that in Austin. It's not around the country.
Okay.
Because
That's
around the
point.
country is rational. The people in Austin...
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Exactly. Okay. The people in Austin, the boosters, the fans, whoever in Austin, that town, the expectations are national championship or bust every single year, no matter who the quarterback, coach, receivers, running game, defensive, offensive line is. Okay? It's like Alabama. In Tuscaloosa, it's natty or nothing. And so the key word there is Austin. So, and it goes on to say, and I would agree with this, this is Steve Sarkisian's kind of best shot. Steve Sarkisian has to win 10 games this year. Going into the SEC, you don't know when the next time you're going to get I hate to say easy schedule, but a Big 12-like schedule in the SEC. Your 2024 schedule, if you're Texas, is just bonkers hard. Okay, you don't know. I don't know when they're going to get another shot at 10. They got to go 10-2, 11-1 this year. You got all the pieces to do it. You got Quinn Ewers. Yeah, you lose Bijan Robinson. You can do running back by committee there. All-American wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Jatavion Sanders is a tight end. All 5 starters are back along the offensive line. They made strides on defense. Last year, cutting down their average from allowing 31 points a game to 21. DeMarvin Overshown will be missed as he went to the NFL. However, they have 6 starters back, and they should remain one of the top defenses in the NFL. Not CFB insider Roberto agrees with me. This is Texas's best shot. However, Texas, the lights shine big deep in the heart of Texas, and is it going to be too much? And one loss, the boosters just lose their absolutely effing mind over it, and they just got to chill. And you remember before the start of 2 seasons ago, was it? How long has he been the coach there? 2 seasons.
3, I think. I think this is his 3rd season.
This will be his 3rd season, but 2 previous.
So he's been at 2, yeah.
And I said 2 years ago, you got to give him 3 seasons. Everyone wanted that year 1 him to be awesome, and they weren't, but they were okay. And then last year they were 8-5 and lost some close games. This is the year. This is the prove it year. If you're gonna go 10-2, you got to do it now because the SEC is not forgiving, both on the road or at home. It's just not. So you're no longer going to get the big noon kickoff in Alabama coming in when it's 112 degrees outside. They're going to push that game to nighttime when it's only 96. So now or never.
Only 96.
Only 96.
But it's a humid heat.
But it's a dry heat. Yeah.
For
title
the record,
of the podcast, Now or Never, Texas.
Now or never, Texas. Malik Murphy is the guy that I was talking about.
There you go.
Mailk. If
Okay.
it's Malik, that's a great way. Anyway, it's a great name. He's a 4-star, 93 overall from California. I think he's a redshirt freshman. Micaiah, let's look at Texas's schedule. You said, what did you give them? What did you just give them?
I mean, they have to go 10-2. Sark's gonna. Unfortunately, Sark's being fired if they don't go 10-2.
And he'll go he'll go back to Alabama for 1 year and then go get another head coaching job. All right, September 2nd. So week number 1, they're versus Rice. They're at home with Rice.
Am I predicting these, or are you just going through them for the people's knowledge?
What
do you want?
Because you said 10-2, they have to go 10-2. For this one, it's like let's just go through the predictions. The other one, we'll just kind of go over and we'll play
Okay.
off of it.
All right.
So because we said 10-2, you have to find 10 wins. You know,
Right. Okay. Rice is a win.
Yeah, Rice is a
Easy.
win. Then they're at Alabama.
I'm gonna say win.
Now, does Quinn Ewers get injured again?
I don't know. Because this is the whole thing. I also thought Texas could have won 10 with the way Quinn Ewers looked in that game last year.
Yeah.
I thought that Texas, if he stays healthy, they win that game. I'm like, oh well, that's an easy 11-win college football playoff team right there. And then he gets hurt. He's in and out of the lineup. I'm gonna say win.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'm fine with that. September 16th, week 3 at at Wyoming. Sorry.
Obviously win.
Then at Baylor. Sorry, I'm not
Win.
gonna go over that. Who is talking to me? Then Kansas. They're home for Kansas.
That's a loss.
You're gonna say that's going to be the games they drop just randomly.
They lose to Kansas all the time. In
That's
the
fair.
last 4 years, all they do is lose to Kansas.
Kansas is going to be an interesting one. We'll come back
Kansas
to
is
them.
going to be very interesting. I think they lose to Kansas, though.
Cotton Bowl on October 7th in
And they
Dallas.
win that.
Houston, which is a conference game.
A newcomer, they win that.
They're at Houston. They're home against BYU.
They win that conference game again.
They're home against Kansas.
You already said
State?
Kansas. That I think that's another. Wait, they're at home.
They're at home versus Kansas State.
And real quick, back up to Kansas. They're at Kansas or away?
They are at home against Kansas. They get the
Okay.
whole state of Kansas at home this year.
Okay, well then I'm gonna say they beat Kansas State.
Okay. They're away at TCU and Iowa State.
Win-win.
And then they're at home against Texas Tech on November 24th.
It would be a very Texas thing to do to lose that game.
Well, you only gave them one loss right now. So,
I think that Bama game could go either way.
yeah.
I think you're getting a lot either. So Bama's coin flip, and let's just say they lose to Bama. I think they're losing to one of the Kansas schools at home.
That's fair.
Everyone else, I think they're fine.
Oh, see, this is what I was wondering for my technical. This is, again, the only team that I did any prep on. The one question I had with Quinn Ewers, he showed that, he probably did like 3 drives that he was on before Arch Manning took over for him officially. And he showed the ability that he was healthy. He was able to push the ball down the field. He looked explosive. And my thing was like, all right, Texas is going to be good. Their wideouts are good. Their quarterback is good. It's going to be up to their offensive line and their run game. And I didn't know he got all 5 starters returning on the
Yes.
offensive line. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, I think 10-2 is very feasible with that schedule, and it's a coin flip. I think it's 11-1 if they beat